The next part of the project is going to focus on the infrastructure of the school. If you're a homeowner, you understand that at certain points in time you're going to have to upgrade certain systems, such as boilers and heating systems. We have to take a look at our roofs and make sure that they're structurally sound. All those pieces are included in this capital project to make sure that the comfort is taken care of for our students.
So when you're in the auditorium, it's really hard to see pretty much anything. There are a lot of gaps where there's just no light at all. And that's really difficult when people are in here in the auditorium watching plays, watching concerts. When you're in the house, you can't see almost anything. Everything is just dark.
During the day when it's lit up like this, I can't really read the music I'm practicing in here. On stage, sometimes it can be really hard to see the band music.
Our auditorium has been very, very dark for a really long time. The lights that we have currently in this auditorium aren't even really made anymore. So an upgrade for lighting would be a huge improvement.
A couple of sections of the roof at the high school that are approaching the end of their warranty life. Our leaks are isolated spots, but it's a matter of time until we end up with leaks that we're chasing. There are mechanical issues with any roof in terms of fastener pop-outs and seams that are starting to fail, and so those areas are slated for replacement. One of our biggest challenges is our heating system and the age of the mechanical equipment itself. Boilers in the high school were put in 1995. The parts are no longer available for most of them. They're looking to replace with a newer, more efficient version of a cast iron boiler. So the elevator is 21 years old. The parts for it are not available. It's a really high profile failure for us in the sense that every time the public comes to either a concert or a game and they're trying to move from one level to the other, without the elevator they have to go outside the building and use the ramp to come all the way around, and the elevator is a pretty important piece for us to try and address in this project. The aim with the secure vestibule is to limit access into the building. Once you get into the vestibule, then we'll have a transaction window. So if you have to leave a note or a lunch or a pair of sneakers, we'll have a place where the parents or families can drop it off, and then those people don't have to come into the school. So to just try and limit the access to people who don't necessarily have business in the building. So there's two sections of roofing that were put in around 2002. Those sections are approaching or are already out of their warranty period. It's not responsible for us not to try and replace those and make sure that we don't have leaks moving forward. Boilers in Keysville are actually the oldest in the district, and one of them is damaged beyond repair just from its use and age. So we're down to one functioning boiler in Keysville, and then we have our biomass as a backup, but not the most efficient system for us should we have to do any sort of maintenance or anything. It involves shutting down the system. Some of the stair entrance at the entrances, some of the stairs are original and definitely starting to show their wear from all the ice melt. Some of the metal nosings have actually broken away, and then of course the concrete's showing all the signs of the de-icing salts. In 1958, when they built the school in Keysville, they obviously weren't concerned about safety the way that we look at safety today. So there was a lot of glass at the entrance to the classrooms. One of the things we're looking to tackle in this project is the elimination of that glass and the modernizing the security of the classrooms themselves. Since we're doing the work associated with the storefront, we're looking to provide some more usable storage space for teachers in their classrooms, whether it's books or craft supplies, stuff that they need in their classrooms that currently they struggle to find space for. This building actually did receive a secure vestibule in 2010, but what it didn't take into account was that transaction, again, happening outside of the school building itself. So what we're looking to do here is provide that opportunity to bring people into the vestibule, conduct the business, and then allow them to leave without having to bring them through the school.
One of my big concerns is the entryway. I know that people are buzzed in, but once they're in the building, they're in and they have access to all the hallways. And if they were here for a reason that wasn't wonderful, there could be a lot of damage done before anything would be able to happen to prevent it. This new feature of the secure entryway, the window, to me, this is what we need to keep our students safe.
The bus garage in Keysville, most of the work is focused on the envelope, placement of windows, doors, some aesthetic painting, the overhead doors, the roof, all in need of replacement. That building hasn't received a lot of attention since it was built in the mid-60s. The two main, if you will, the original bathrooms, they were renovated in the early 2000s. Both of them are showing some sort of structural stress, whether it's the plumbing that's moving or the slab around the plumbing, we're not really sure yet, but something is definitely failing in those areas. Right now it presents itself as cracks and elevation dips in the tile, but we know that needs some sort of attention. One of the major concerns here in Ausable Forks is we have a section of roof that has frankly leaked since the last construction project. But anytime we have blowing snow or driving rain, it feels like we have a bucket brigade here with trash cans and wet floor signs. So we're looking to try and resolve that issue once and for all. The entrance that our students and staff use to go out to the playground is kind of at the toe of the athletic field, our baseball field here. And so when it rains heavily enough, all that water comes from across the baseball field towards that exit. All that water and ice builds up in front of the exit, and we end up having to put out mats for students to walk out without slipping and getting wet. The idea to solve that involves some regrading and some additional drainage to kind of divert that water away before it gets towards that entrance. So certainly one of our biggest concerns from an employee safety standpoint is inadequate paving up at the Ausable Forks Bus Garage. Where our buses are parked is currently dirt, gravel, and so those bus drivers have to walk to their buses, and so that creates a slip hazard for them. We're looking to pave that to try and be able to control the drainage better.
I hope everyone comes out and supports this capital project. It's extremely important to this district, and a lot of time and effort has gone into this with various stakeholders. We're looking to hold our vote on February 14th at our middle high school.